Hey, everybody. Come on in the house. Let's get this conversation started. Welcome to Love Coach Sessions Live. I'm your man, KTJ. Still getting my equipment just right, but we're going to get it popping in just a minute here. All right, so welcome to the show. Yes, welcome to the show. I'm your host, KTJ, and this is Love Coach Sessions. We are here live. And this is our time. We talk about dating, relationships, love. And today we're talking about Tyrese Gibson. All right, we're going to get into this conversation with Tyrese Gibson. You guys know Tyrese. Sweet lady, won't you be mine? Yeah. He's the man. He's the balladeer. He's a rapper, actor. And he's the man, right? And so, but he's got some challenges, and we're going to talk about them. And you know what? We're going to talk about some solutions to some of these issues as well. So as you guys are coming in, please pop in the chat box, say hello. Let me know you're here. I want to hear your opinion on this topic as well. So, so let's get into it. I even got a little, I'm gonna see if I can I can share my screen here a little bit. Let's see, go to the tab here. I want you guys to see the topic of our discussion today. There it is. Tyrese and his wife getting a divorce. And so you guys may know that he was married for a few years. Hey, hello, Yawanda. Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate it. Look, he and his wife were married for a few years. They were together for about 4 years. He met her from London. I don't know if you guys know that or not. She is from London, England. He went there. He found her. She was sleeping on her mama's couch. Look, listen, if this comes off shady, it's not meant to. I'm just telling the truth. And then I'm gonna drop some gems on you a little bit as we progress here. But so he found her, she was sleeping on her mama's couch trying to get her life going. He met her, he fell in love with her. Okay. And so he eventually moved her to the States. He moved her to the US to come be with him, and they were together from there. He eventually asked to marry her, and if you guys remember, he called her his Black Queen. This is my Black Queen. My Black Queen is the queen of the Nile. And he was probably in denial himself. Okay, so he moved her over. They got married. They produced one child. She got pregnant and secured her future. and he got married, and that was that. So now I saw and some of you guys may have saw online, they were kind of giving couples advice. Okay, they were giving advice on I don't know if that was on IG TV or something, but they were on with someone else. And so as they were on the show, they talked about being together and the challenges of being together. I think even on one of the shows, I want to say Tyrese even prayed. Like his wife is very spiritual, and he was trying to grow spiritually himself, right? And listen, and to me, it is it's the right way to flow together, right? Couples who can pray together can really kind of have a real bond, right? Because when these times get crazy out here, you need something deeper than just Instagram pictures and and cars and houses, right? You need a deeper foundation in something spiritual that you both can wrap yourselves around. And so it seemed like they were doing that. It seemed like they were going forward, and it seemed like they would be all right. And then out of the blue, you could say, we got this information. I think he ran across TMZ that he and his wife were divorcing. Now, it's tough. And I want to say this, you guys. Although I saw this and I've witnessed this on a gossip magazine show, I'm not here for the gossip magazine stuff, right? Because they are here sometimes to exploit the issue. I'm here to help you understand the issue and then how you can apply some of these things to your life, or how you can avoid some of this stuff, right? So I wrote down a few things that I want to talk about with Tyrese and what I feel like the lessons are that we could all get from his situation. All right. So one of the things you guys have to know about Tyrese is that he dealt with a lot of colorism and issues about like his skin color and you know, all of that sort of thing. Like he was teased for being too dark. He was teased for looking like they called him all kind of names. I imagine Tar Baby, Spot. Like they called him all kinds of names because of his really dark skin, right? And so and he reported saying like none of the girls would talk to him, none of the girls liked him. They called him ugly, and he internalized that and began to call himself ugly. He internalized that and started referring to himself in derogatory ways, right? He didn't see himself as handsome or anything. And then he ended up in that Coca-Cola ad, and the chocolate brothers came up from there. The dark-skinned brothers, the rise, he rode the rise. The rise began right there of the love of the chocolate brothers. Okay. And he was right there in the start. So suddenly everybody wanted the chocolate brothers, and he was right there and he was eating it up. Now everybody loves him. So he went from not being loved, not being liked, not being admired, to getting on that Coke commercial and then getting a part in a movie. And now he's the toast of the town, and everybody wants to be seen with him. All the girls want to be with him. So with that, you would think that the comeback of that irons out everything else. But I'm telling you, it doesn't. So I know some of what these situations look like is that you end up trying to be with a woman who is much lighter than you. Like this is a colorism issue, right? Let me page back to it. Let me go back to it. Okay. You see my man's lady. He called her his black queen. I'm not sure where the black is, but I mean, hey, if she says she black, she black. Who am I to say she's not black? But if you notice, all the women that Tyrese finds himself with are all extremely light. Okay. Is that coincidental? I don't think it is. Right. For some men like that, you want to make sure that his child comes out light. You want to make sure his child has the light skin advantage, if that be something, right? Whatever. But I think that there's a couple things. Let me get into some of these lessons that I just observed as I watched this situation, right? Lesson number one. Listen to this, you guys. A man must be healed and ready for the future. Ladies, you can't go anywhere with a man who's not healed and ready for the future. He has to be healed and ready, right? Some men are healed and some men are ready. Some men are both, right? But he's got to be healed and ready. And I don't think, this could be my imagination, because Tyrese was married before. He had a woman with a baby before, and y'all saw him having a breakdown. He said, What do you want from me? I think she's getting like $13,000 a month in child support or something like that. Okay. And he was asking the courts to raise his or I guess maybe to lower his payments or something because the money just wasn't coming in right. And the child's mother was like, "No, sir, we're not lowering anything." She's not with that. But the thing is, when you're with a man who's not healed, right? So as you're having the conversations at the table, and you're hearing what the guy has to say. First of all, ladies, look, when you're at the table, let's say you're at the table at the first date, you shouldn't be doing all the talking. I know everybody wants to tune into the one channel called YOU, right? You want everybody to know about you, to think about you, to understand you. But if you are doing all the talking, you are not doing the listening. All right. And getting to know somebody is about more, it's equally about listening and sharing. If you're doing all the sharing, you're not listening. If you're doing all the listening, you're not sharing. Okay. And be wary of men who don't share. I want y'all to keep that one in the back of your mind. All right. Number 2, a broken man who is healing must continue the healing, or he'll revert back to his old ways. Number 2, a man who is in the healing process must continue the healing, or he will revert back to his old ways. He'll revert back to his old ways. And so, and look, we know that's true from things like AA, right? Why do people go to the meetings? Why do people go down there to the meetings and be just in the circle and just be in the presence of other people who are dealing with the same issues? Why? Because they need to be in the presence of people who are dealing with the same issues, who are overcoming the same issues. They have to continue for healing. Look, healing is a process that is continuous and progressive, right? You never get to the place that everything is all right. I think that especially when it's deeply rooted, like hatred of self, dislike of self, low self-esteem. I think that sort of thing, you have to continue to grow in that. So I don't know if the brother continued and went to counseling, but he definitely should have. And even as was dealing with this situation with his wife, they needed counseling to understand what was going on. So number 3, be careful about advertising everything in your relationship to the public. I think this was a big mistake. Him coming on these shows with his wife, sharing everything. I think that's a big mistake, right? Look at the relationships that you don't know anything about them, and look how long they last. I'm not telling you that Jay-Z and Beyonce are the perfect couple, right? But you don't hear all of their business all over the streets. Now she just recently shot some photos of her and her kids, right? But you don't constantly hear their business. They keep all of their personal business to themselves. And look, this is the perfect model. If you want to know what's going on in Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship, guess what you got to do? You got to buy their record. Okay? You got to put your money down and buy their record in order to know what's going on in their relationship. You ain't just going to pick up your Instagram and flick. Oh, this is what Jay-Z doing. No. They like, nope. And they figured that out from the beginning, and it seems to be working out. I ain't saying it's perfect. Seems to be working out. Number 4, love during a pandemic can be twice as hard as normal. Kelly Clarkson also broke up with her husband. There's several other people who have broken up over the pandemic, and I'm telling you, there's something about like you can love somebody, you can really want to be with somebody, you can encourage somebody, right? But if they spend, if y'all have to spend time together, right? Because see, when you from the time you met them till the time that you're like living together as man and wife, right? You were separate and you slowly came together, come together, get married, but then everybody's going off to work. You're going somewhere else for 8 hours. You're going to be somewhere else. You're going to be around other people. You're going to be going here, going there. And then you're going to come home and have home life. For a lot of people, they are struggling with this work from home, stay around the home, relax at the home, and then have home life, which is merging into business life, into work life, and they are struggling. Okay, so here's what I want to tell you about that. Love life during the pandemic love life is not regular life, right? And I'm encouraging you, don't do something drastic that you might you might wish that you hadn't, because of the current climate that we're living in. This is temporary, hopefully. This is temporary. We hope, we pray, right? But this thing that we're in is not our regular life. Now it has been now for many months. But it's not regular life. So understand that you're under different kinds of you're in a different environment. Like it's like you just transported into a whole different world with the past set of circumstances. Now the kids are home all day. Okay? Kids are home, parents are home, everybody's home all day, all night. And I'm telling you, people getting on each other's nerves. But it is temporary. So if you can hold out, if you can hang on, do so. Because divorce is difficult and nobody really wins when divorce happens. All right. And number five lesson that you can learn from Tyrese and his wife situation is nobody's perfect. You must make yourself and your situation perfect. Nobody's perfect. We look at these celebrities and you think to yourself, they got houses, they got cars, they got mansions, they got they got personal chefs. They've got everything. What is the problem? You know what the problem is? They are human beings. And the problem is they are human beings. And human beings are flawed and just dealing with life. So, look, whatever your situation is, I'm encouraging you to hang in there. The best is yet to come. Better days are coming. If you haven't found the one yet, I'm telling you, better days are coming. Better opportunities are coming. Bigger things are on their way, but you'll miss it if you fall out. All right. Look, we got more to come. Look, hit that subscribe button, then hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Please, I want to hear your ideas, your thoughts about this in the section below. We are getting our lives together. This show here, we're going to go to 2 days a week on this show, and because we're also broadcasting from a few other shows. All right, so I'm trying not to burn myself out too much. So we're gonna figure out what 2 days are right next week. So from next week, we're gonna just do 2 days on the live show, and then we have other shows that we'll be telling you about that we're getting involved in. All right. Till next time. Peace and love. Bye.